Okay, this was the question what we have given yesterday. We were discussing about that. We will try to finish off this question plus one more question. We will do it, and if time permits, we will try that in the XML validator buddy also. How to validate against what you call XSD files. Okay. Hope you are able to see the screen.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So have you anyone tried after that this question to finish off?
Yes, sir, I've done it.
Okay, so the participant was done by we have only done in the class. The participant uh, type is specified there. Participant, what it says is participant which should have name, gender, branch, and semester as child elements and register number as attribute. So with that information, we made the complex type called participant type and declared an element called participant whose type is participant type. Okay. Now, what is this confusion about participant and participant type is when you look into the element participant, it is not a normal element. It does not contain only textual contents. Rather, it contains child element as well as attribute. As per the definition of schema definition, XML schema definition language, a simple type element or complex type elements, only two types are there. The simple type element says that it can only have uh, a content and no attributes and no other elements, child elements. Now, in this case, the participant tag contains child elements as well as attributes. So it is not a simple type, complex type. So you need to define the complex type. So I said participant is an element and I'm declaring my own user defined data type called participant type. Okay. So then the moment I say type is equal to participant type, I need to define what it is. So I'm going to define a complex type called participant type and its sequence is name, gender, branch and semester as four of its child elements. So that will be the sequence. So I am including that in the XSD colon sequence part. And in the attribute part, I'm having an attribute called register number and its type is token, NM token. Okay, that is the default data type for attributes. And this whole thing comes under the complex type definition. So now participant type is defined and that's why this particular line is also done. Okay, so this is clear. Now, what it says next is it contains an element called participants, which contain participant. So you can have uh, one or more participant. Obviously, with zero participant, there is no meaning of defining an event. So with that understanding, I am saying that participant is one or more times. Now, how will I declare one or more times?
Min occurs as one.
So participants, I am saying, and participants type, I am declaring as a new type. Again, user defined data type. Why? Because this is not a simple type. It's again a complex type because it contains a child element. And what is the child element? the child element is participant. And what is its type? Participant type. Okay. And this becomes the definition for participants type. That's why the participants data type is also done. So now two things in this we have declared, completed. This is done and this part is also done. Now what we require is we have to declare summary, date, slot. These are part of what? Another element called description. So now I want you to do the same way. Description is going to be a complex type. I mean, description is going to have a user defined type, and that type has to be defined as a complex type element. So now you do the same way. Declare description type is equal to description type, complex type name is equal to description type, and then the sequence alone. There are no attributes specified here for description. So declare those things and finish off. Then that will complete description part. And inside description, you should have included an element called participants. So that's it. After that, we need to declare
Hmm?
student. Yes.
Even date will be of type string only, no, sir? Like, or else we
Yeah,
have a
summary,
separate
date,
type, I
slot,
think, so,
you can
for
declare it as
date.
strings. Okay. I mean,
Yes,
there
sir.
is no trouble with that. I mean, we are not, as it is not very specifically mentioned, we can assume they are strings. So summary,
Okay,
date,
sir. Do we
slot
have
are,
a type for date, sir?
pardon me?
Do we have a separate type or something for date, sir? Like, I don't remember properly. Like, yeah,
Shared,
but let me.
um,
So,
date is
date,
there.
date, time,
It's a derived
duration is
data
there.
type is there. So this also you can directly use it.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. Okay, sir.
Anyway, summary can be string, date, date type, slot. Again, you give a string only because we don't know in what format that slot is going to come. We're not very sure about it. So that's why it can be a string. So create description type, and under that all these three different, not three, four different child elements also. Once you complete, you can define student event as a complex type again, who has two attributes as well as all these different child elements. Okay, try doing that.
Sir,
Yes,
sir, I had a doubt, sir. Like, the way we are defining it, is it necessary that we always like? Can you go to the next slide, sir?
tell me.
Uh, Here, is it necessary that we do it this way? Like, first we go with element participant,
Uh,
type participant type, and then inside that define the complex type? Or can we just define all the needed complex types outside, like, uh,
yes,
uh, then call it whenever it's required? Like,
yes. That way also is possible. You
okay,
can
okay, sir.
define participant types first, then participants type you can define. Like that, description you can define, and so on. All the complex type you can define. Then at a stretch you can define all the elements. That is also possible. The order is not matters here.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Okay. you're able to define description type.
Yes, sir. Like that is the same like that of participant, except that it won't be having attributes, na, sir. Like
Yes, yes,
XSD element, name description, type
yes,
description.
same. Description will be similar to how we have declared participant type. Only four different elements, child elements in that.
Three,
One
na, sir.
is declaration.
Summary, date, slot.
Yeah. Summary, date, slot, and participants.
Oh,
I mean, you need to declare.
participants again, na, sir.
I mean, this is a child element for description, no?
Sir, it is for event details, sir. Like
Oh,
the
sorry. Okay.
original.
Yes, sir.
Contains only
Student
summary, date,
event
and slot.
has.
Correct.
Uh,
So three child elements only, no attributes. So that will be description. Description is little more straightforward and easy. And then what we have is we have to define now student event type as a new complex type, which will have child attributes title, which can be a string. Description, you have already defined a new type for it, that one. Participants, new complex type, you have defined that one. Duration, you can use either the time duration or even a string, it is fine. Rating, another string. And two attributes, event number and type of event. Okay, so those two attributes, that will be the final complex type. And declare student event element with that type. That will be complete your XSD. Complete that. Have you finished the previous one?
Yes, sir.
So this one is completed, right? So one more question we will try to do, and then we'll wind up XML today. And the same we will finish off in the lab also with XSD. That's it. The next topic will be on NoSQL database called MongoDB. We'll try to do it. Okay. Okay. So this question says, write an XML schema for AC underscore faculty. The two complex type elements are part-time and full-time, which has details such as name, staff ID, department, email, password, and telephone number. Restrictions are staff ID must begin with ASC followed by a 3-digit number. Password must be anything between uh, 8 to 12 characters. Department, the faculty can belong to CSC, ECE, EEE, or MEC. These are the restrictions. Okay. So both complex type, part-time and full-time has the same fields, but the restrictions are different. I mean, for part-time, there is no restrictions. I mean, okay, staff ID, full-time. Okay, the staff ID field for full-time having an restrictions like that, and department of full-time also has these restrictions. Okay, so the full-time complex type has got 3 restrictions, whereas part-time will have only 1 restriction. The passwords restriction alone will be common for both full-time and part-time. That is the question. How to bring in restrictions we have discussed. We even discussed about the pattern part. We have seen how a phone number can be designed. So same thing you have to follow. Okay. So try working on it. Students, next
Yes, sir.
Wednesday. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, next Wednesday we have an ADBMS lab, no?
Yes, sir.
In that lab, we will have an evaluation on XML DTD. Okay, you need to a description will be given. You need to write a DTD. You need to write an XML file and validate against each other, and then both DTD and XML file you have to upload, as well as the screenshot which says that your validation has gone successful. Okay. So inform everyone, because most of the time we see around 25 to 30 people only, but there is a huge bunch totally there. So inform everyone that there is an evaluation that will be lab evaluation 1 on XML DTD part. Fine.
Sir, the validity is only for 2 weeks, sir. That XML body thing,
Yeah.
software.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so no chances of pushing it to next week, no, sir. Like, that is falling on 13th, no, sir. Like just 2 days before Dashara. So I
I
was
mean, I'm
wondering.
not worried about the software. Software, I have cracked it. I have a cracked version available. So we are going
Oh,
to use Validator Buddy also. Don't worry about the validation part. The
okay, sir.
evaluations we have planned for next week.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So is it possible? Is it just asking, sir? Is it possible to push it to 20, or like we have a schedule like we should stick to 13th only?
We have 3 evaluations to complete. So it will be back-to-back
Oh,
evaluations coming up. So that's why I thought I'll do it
three
one together
evaluations. Sir.
now, and one on MongoDB and one on object-oriented databases. That's
Okay,
how it will
okay,
be
sir.
easy.
Then that's fine, sir.
And you have your
13th we can
projects
see.
also starting now. So that's why I thought I'll
Yes,
finish
yes,
off one lab evaluation. We have done only midsum and one quiz till now. And
yes, sir. Yes,
we
sir.
have 3 lab evaluations. One more quiz is pending, then project, then ends up. So too many
Quiz
evaluations.
also is there, sir. Like, uh, like I thought this lab has only like yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mm.
Okay. So this is only small topic. DTD alone, not even XSD. Okay.
Sir, here the
Yeah.
constraints are given for full-time employees, no? So the for the part-time, we can give whatever we want, sir.
I mean,
Like,
for part-time, there is nothing specified. Only for password part, there is a common constraint.
okay, okay, sir.
So the staff ID for full-time and department for full-time, there are constraints. So if nothing is mentioned, you don't have to bother to bring a constraint. You can leave it.
Okay, sir. Yes.
Sir?
Yes,
Can you tell the internal split, sir, for total ADBMS?
yeah, sorry. I made a mistake on lab evaluations. I was thinking something different. I mean, some other, there is no lab evaluation as such. It is project, quizzes, and midterm and end term only. So there is no lab evaluations. I made a mistake.
Okay. So, next Wednesday or Thursday, on 13th, we have a.
Shall students, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Good
Yes.
morning, ma'am.
Quiet. Is it okay? You can let
Ma'am, your voice is not at all audible.
my voice is not audible.
Now it's
Now
better.
it's better.
No, what I was asking is, are you all ready to take up a lab evaluation next week, next Wednesday on XML and DDT?
Ma'am, if there are so many evaluations, then we can take up. But if there are,
What we have next is we just have one more quiz and 2 project evaluations.
okay,
Because it's a project-based elective, na? So we do not have lab evaluation. Sir got a little confused with, he thought that it was lab-oriented course. So that's the reason he said 3 evaluations. There is no lab evaluation as such because your lab skills would be, your practical skills will be seen in your lab, in your project evaluation. So what we have is just 3 more evaluations. One is your your quiz 2, and you have 2 project evaluations. And this by tomorrow, not tomorrow, maybe tomorrow evening or by Sunday positively, you will be given the topics. We are giving the topics on now that you've learned XML. Okay. So now getting back to Wednesday's evaluation. As a part of quiz 2, can we have it or not have it? Are you guys going to be in the festive mode? Students, you please respond now.
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We are thinking, ma'am. I was thinking like
okay.
November 29th is.
You let Vikas know about it and let Vikas convey it to us. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Only 3 evaluations and one midsum, right? And we have November whole and then half of October also. So,
Yes.
yeah. So,
Ma'am, I
I,
think it's better to have not the next week, coming next week, ma'am. Next to
Oh.
next week.
yes,
Okay.
after
Fine.
15.
Okay, Vikas. Okay. Thank you. He spoke for the class. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
have you completed this second question? Or you are still doing it?
Doing so. So basically, for staff ID department and all, we whatever has restrictions, we will be writing a separate structure, just like how we wrote for phone number and then
Yes,
paper
yes,
type
yes.
and all. And then we will be combining it into full-time and part-time, no, sir?
Yes, yes,
That will be combined again in the ASD faculty.
yes,
Yes,
yes.
sir. I haven't coded it. I was just writing it down and making a structure.
Sure,
I
sure.
will do.
Yeah, yeah. So with that, we are done with XML. So now in the validator buddy, we will try doing an XSD validation also. That's it. So in a practical scenario, how it happens is a company which is planning to use XML will decide upon whether they will go with DTD or XSD. And then they will plan what are the different types of documents they are going to generate. Okay. So it is same like how you design your relation, I mean like ER diagram, saying that these are the entities, these are the way how my tables are going to be finally. So same way you will decide upon what are the different XML documents you are going to generate. When I say different, it is of different types of documents. Say like salary can be one XML document. So salary of employee. So what all fields should be there in that, they will decide. Same way, HR information about an employee or his performance appraisal is another document. His projects can be another document. His monthly workload can be another document. So something like that. So they decide upon that. Then they make descriptions. And the same way how we are trying to write XSD here, a set of people will sit together and then make the XSD documents first. Then they will write a separate program for generating XML documents. Normally, XML documents, no one is going to sit and make. Rather, they will have an interactive form wherein they just have to fill in the details and it will become an XML document as the output finally. So such kind of softwares are there available. So they will customize it for their XSD documents. And then once they generate the XML document, they have the XSD documents for all these different types. So this validator will validate that XML document which is generated now. Say for example, employee one, you generated a salary document, XML document, an HR related document, his performance appraisal document. 3 documents you have prepared. Now this is for employee one. Like this employee two also you will make. Then you will validate against the corresponding XSD files and say that all these 6 files are valid. Then you store them in the repository. That's how XML works. Okay. So that's the practical scenario. So we are winding up XML now. Next session, we'll start with NoSQL database, that is MongoDB we will try. First, we will try to understand NoSQL and then we will go in deep about MongoDB. Okay. So thank you. You can leave the session.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.